Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be cooking fried rice, but I'll be using a one pot method where I basically cook everything in one pot rather than cooking the rice and the sauce separately. So this is my go-to way of making Nigerian fried rice because to me it's just easier and hassle-free, and you get more of an in-depth delicious flavour doing it this way. So if you'd like to know how I make this, please keep watching. So to make this you will need rice obviously, and the rice I used is called Asli Golden Cellar Basmati rice, but you can use whichever rice you prefer. You just have to adjust the cooking times, and I used 3 mug size measurements which came to around 700 grams. You're also going to need 340 grams of raw king prawns and 650 grams of chicken breasts, 4 spring onions, 3 cups of mixed vegetables. I've used frozen, you can also use fresh ones, 1 diced onion, 2 Scotch bonnet peppers, garlic cloves and ginger. And for seasonings I used a mixture of salt, all-purpose seasoning, Knorr stock cubes, 2 bay leaves and a tablespoon of thyme. I also used 1 teaspoon of curry powder and 2 teaspoons of dry pepper or cayenne pepper. And finally I used homemade chicken stock. So to make this I simply boiled chicken with onions, garlic, ginger and a choice of seasonings. I used thyme, black pepper, little salt, all-purpose seasoning and Knorr chicken stock cubes. So I basically just boiled all of this together and took the chicken out once it was ready, and then I reduced the stock on high heat for around 5 minutes. Okay, so to begin, add in some oil into a pot or a pan, and once the oil is hot enough, add in 1 diced onion and fry on a medium heat till they start to turn translucent. This should take around 4 minutes. After, add in the spring onions and fry together. But make sure to only use the white part of the spring onion right now, as the green leafy part will be added later. This basically just prevents it from wilting too much. Now you just want to let the onions and the spring onions fry together, stirring occasionally for around 2 minutes. So after this, add in 2 finely sliced Scotch bonnet peppers, and you want to use more or less to suit your tolerance. So stir this in with the onions and the spring onions and fry together on a medium heat for around 2 minutes, making sure it doesn't burn as well. So next, add in the grated ginger, and I used about 2 teaspoons, and you want to stir in well and fry together for 1 minute. As you can see, I'm adding in all the different ingredients bit by bit and not all at once. This basically develops all of the different flavours, and it just makes the fried rice at the end of the day even more tasty. So still frying on medium heat, add in the grated garlic, and I used 2 cloves. And I added the garlic last because it burns quickly. So after a minute, add in the diced chicken breasts, and increase the hob to high heat. And you want to stir in well to incorporate everything together. So after about a minute before the chicken breast fully cooks, add in the seasonings. So I've added a mixture of salt, all-purpose seasoning and Knorr chicken stock cubes to taste, 2 teaspoons of dry pepper or cayenne pepper, a tablespoon of thyme, teaspoon of curry powder, and 2 bay leaves. Now stir everything together well. And basically continue to fry and stir occasionally. So be careful not to overcook the chicken at this stage. So once it's no longer pink, you can add the vegetables. And here there's a mix of carrots, garden peas, green beans and sweet corn. And I've used frozen mixed vegetables, but you can also use fresh ones if you prefer. So you want to mix this in well. Then you want to add in the chicken stock and cover and to bring to a boil. So while this is coming to a boil, it's time to wash the rice. So wash the rice repeatedly to remove the starch. Now you want to do this until the water turns clear. Now this step is very, very important because basically if it's not done well, you'll just end up with fried rice that's clumpy and sticky, and you don't want that. Okay, so back to the pot. So as soon as it's all come to a boil, add in the king prawns. Now I like to use the raw ones as they remain succulent during cooking, not like the pre-cooked prawns. So if you can get raw king prawns, definitely do so. Now immediately after, not wasting any time, add in the washed rice. So doing this ensures that the prawns do not overcook or get tough or chewy in any way. Now you want to stir in properly to get the rice mixed in well. So now add in boiled hot water, and you want to add in just enough to cover the rice. So the water level should just be just above the level of the rice. And you also want to make sure to use hot water and not cold water so you can start the cooking process quickly. Okay, so after adding in the water, make sure you stir well. So now the easy part, just cover and leave to cook on a high heat. So unlike jollof rice, fried rice cooks really quickly. It only takes 30 minutes compared to jollof rice. So I always like to stir the fried rice just every 15 minutes until it's cooked. So after the first 15 minutes on high heat, the fried rice looks like this. So as you can see, most of the water has been absorbed and the rice is halfway cooked. So stir the rice from the bottom up. Now you want to reduce the heat of the hob to medium-low. And you want to cover the pot and continue to leave to cook for a further 15 minutes. So now after a total of 30 minutes, it looks like this. And as you can see, the rice is fully cooked. Add in the green leafy part of the spring onions I spoke about earlier in this video. And mix in well and your fried rice is ready. So I hope this looks as good as it tasted, and that's how I make Nigerian fried rice, and in just one pot as well. So I prefer this way as it's just hassle and hiccup free, and it also tastes better to me. So if you do try it out, please let me know how it goes. So I hope you found this recipe useful. Thank you very much for watching.